Hi, Synod of the Sun. My name is Kathy Lee Cornell, and today I am bringing you my final report as your director for the Synod Partnership for Disaster Recovery. It has been a busy summer, and I know many of you are eager to hear our updates from events and responses across our Synod. So let's get started. As many of you know, the Texas Hill Country experienced a catastrophic and deadly flooding event in the early morning hours of July 4th. This flood resulted in the death of at least 135 people, 37 of whom were children. In the days, weeks, and months since the flood, faith leaders of First Presbyterian Church of Kerrville, Shriner University, and Moe Ranch have offered up their spaces and resources to host search and rescue crews, a variety of disaster response agencies, and mental and healthcare professionals. They have served as family reunification centers and offered meals and housing for first responders and volunteers. Please know that your financial gifts have been distributed directly to impacted residents with the help of FPC Kerrville's new case manager, Bailey Havis. FPC Kerrville, Moe Ranch, and Shriner recognize and they are experiencing the collective grief from this event. And together they are discerning how to best compassionately care for one another. They are also committed to the long-term recovery group that has been established for this event. The same flooding event that devastated Kerrville, Texas, also impacted at least 9 other counties across central and southwest Texas. While there has not been a whole lot of immediate attention to these other counties, our SPDR liaison to Tres Rios Presbytery, Mike Burnett, and his team have been actively engaged in responding to this widespread flooding event, especially from San Angelo, Texas, as well as in the neighboring and mostly rural counties, which have much more limited resources and offers of support from voluntary disaster response groups. Flooding in Tres Rios Presbytery has displaced hundreds of residents and destroyed over 1,800 homes. Many of those homes do not have flood insurance. Please consider making a gift to Tres Rios Presbytery to support their long-term recovery needs. I am happy to report that Presbyterian Disaster Assistance has already approved grants to support Mission and Tres Rios Presbyteries as they join the effort to recover individuals, families, and communities impacted by this flooding event. 2 deployments of National Response Team members have already been completed. PDA NRT members visit with faith leaders and community organizers who are spending time in direct service to these impacted communities. Our NRT members have offered a listening presence. They have prayed over those who have been serving tirelessly, and they share what they know about PDA's resources and how we can walk alongside communities as they seek to recover. And while we often think about the rebuilding of homes and physical buildings after these events, what I've learned most from these visits is the sheer emotional toll this event has taken on by so many people. And so we ask you to continue to pray with us and for these communities. I am delighted to share that Eastern Oklahoma Presbytery has been awarded a National Recovery Grant from PDA. This grant will provide up to $40,000 to 2 long-term recovery groups supporting residents who have exhausted their ability to recover from EF4 and EF3 tornadoes that tore through Claremore, Barnsdall, and surrounding areas last year. Presbyterian leaders in this presbytery are participating in each of these long-term recovery groups, and they've all expressed their gratitude for the generosity of Presbyterians everywhere who make these types of Presbyterian disaster assistance grants possible. This summer, I had the privilege of spending time with members of Wynn Presbyterian Church and celebrating all they have accomplished over the past 2 years to lift up their neighbors after a tornado carved a path measuring more than 13 football fields wide across their small town. Using grants provided by the Presbytery of Arkansas, PDA, and the Synod of the Sun, and other donations from churches and individuals everywhere, Wynn has demonstrated how small churches with big hearts can bring a whole lot of hope and healing to their neighbors. Please watch our short video on the Synod's YouTube page and share this story with any churches in need of encouragement and inspiration, especially those impacted by disasters. And please continue to support Wynn Presbyterian Church and their disaster recovery ministry with your prayers and gifts. As I mentioned at the top of this presentation, by the time you see this report, I will have transitioned over from the Synod of the Sun staff to join the staff of Presbyterian Disaster Assistance as the Associate for National Disaster Response. The good news is that in my new role, I still get to support the Synod of the Sun, our 11 presbyteries, and our 700 congregations and community partners. So please continue to reach out to me. Let's stay connected. And here is my new contact information. With that said, the Synod of the Sun is now searching for their next director of SPDR. If you have a passion for disaster ministry, I encourage you to apply and get to know the wonderful staff and leadership of the Synod of the Sun. This is a unique and never boring opportunity to serve Christ and God's beloved people in ministry. You can scan the QR code to read the full job description and fill out your application today. The deadline is September 15th. I want to close this report acknowledging the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, an event that impacted my life very personally. We are in the midst of hurricane season still, and so I want to encourage you to take a moment to gather supplies, connect with your neighbors, make a plan, and be safe. And thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your director of the Synod Partnership for Disaster Recovery. Thank you for your incredible support and for all your prayers. May God bless you and keep you. Amen.